Here are 3 easy and fun drawing ideas for you when you want to draw something, but you don't know what to draw. If you want to use exactly the same colors as I do, you can download the color palette, it is linked in the description of this video, and you can also find there my free brushes. And if you have fun drawing this with me and would like to get some more Procreate tutorials, make sure to check out my Patreon. I add there a new video every week, link is in the description. And with all that being said, grab your drawing tools and let's start. Let's make a new canvas, A4 canvas from Procreate. Rotate it this way. And first we're going to divide it into 3 parts, because we'll do 3 illustrations on one canvas. So to do it, let's go to the Actions menu, Canvas, turn on Drawing Guide, and then tap on Edit Drawing Guide. We are going to change the grid size so the canvas will be divided into 3 parts. So let's go here to the bottom and let's make it bigger like this. And then you can move this point over here, like that. And then still adjust the size here. So your canvas will be divided into 3 parts. So my grid size here is 1164. So let's tap on Done, and now we're going to draw here rectangle shapes. Let's take here any color. Let's take color number 1. And now let's take the selection tool. At the bottom here, let's pick rectangle and turn on color fill. Let's draw here rectangle in the middle like this. And let's tap here to finish this. Now we are going to duplicate this rectangle and move it to the side. So let's open the layers and swipe on this layer to the left and pick duplicate. Let's take the arrow tool and let's move this one over here. And here at the bottom I have uniform option selected and snapping turned on. That's why when I move it, it still stays on that middle line over here. Let's tap here to finish this. And let's duplicate it again. And now let's move this one to the left. Like this. And let's tap here to finish this. So now we have here bases for our 3 illustrations. Let's start with the left one. We are going to draw here Northern Lights. So for that illustration, this base color over here, it's actually the color we want to use, so we'll keep it like this. And now we want to add here a second color at the bottom of this. So to do it, first we have to set this layer as alpha lock. So this way we can draw now only on this shape. Let's pick a color, take color number 2. And again we can take the selection tool. And we'll select the bottom part of this rectangle. Let's select about half of it, like that. Let's tap here to finish this. And now let's blend those 2 colors together. For this we can go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. Swipe your pencil on the screen to the blur size. And let's make it 50%. Let's tap here to finish this. And now we can make a new layer on top of this one to draw the trees here at the bottom. So let's make a new layer. And we want to set this layer as clipping mask. So tap here and pick here clipping mask. So this way whatever we'll draw here will be visible only on this rectangle that is underneath here. Let's pick a color. Take number 3. And here I'm going to use my stem brushes. Let's go here to Siakulaart freebies and take here 2 different sizes. Let's make your brush size 48 and we can just stamp here those trees like that at the bottom of the canvas here. Now we can make a new layer to start drawing the Northern Lights. Let's also set this layer as clipping mask. And now let's change the color. Let's take color number 4. We can change the brush. Let's go here to airbrushing and take medium brush. Let's make the brush size 10% and just draw here a line like this, going across the sky over here. And now let's add here another color. Let's take number 5 and draw with it maybe like that. Now we can blur those colors together. For this, let's go to the adjustments, and this time we'll take motion blur. Swipe your pencil vertically like this to give here a vertical blur like this. I'll make the blur size 36. Now we're going to blur this even more, but for this we'll take now the smudge tool. So let's tap on it, tap again, and let's go here now to siakulaart special brushes and take oil paint. With the brush size 44, we can start blurring this like that. So go up and down. Just keep the bottom line untouched. We don't want this one to be blurred. Okay. And now we can still blur this one more time. So let's go to the adjustments, and this time we'll take Gaussian blur. Let's blur this just a little bit, so we don't see here those paint strokes like this. Let's make here blur size 5%. Let's tap here to finish this. And let's do it one more time. Let's make a new layer for the next light. Let's set it as clipping mask. And again, first we can take the green color. Let's take the brush. Now maybe I'll make the brush size smaller, 6%. And I will draw a line over here like that. Now let's take that purple color and draw a line over here. So again, first we can take the motion blur. Let's swipe it vertically to blur this. Okay. And now let's take the smudge tool. We can make it now maybe a little bit smaller, 39. And just smudge this like that. You can play around with this a little bit to hide the purple color maybe in this part and bring the green more up. Okay, I like it like this now, so I can add here the Gaussian blur. So let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, and blur this again 5%. Let's tap here to finish. And now this illustration is finished. Let's move on now to the second one. Here we are going to draw some kind of safari landscape with a lion in the foreground. So let's open the layers. Let's go to this rectangle over here. So this was the first layer right at the bottom. And first we're going to change the color of this. Let's pick a color. Let's go here and take color number 17. And just drag and drop it in here like this. Let's add here some more colors now to this. So let's set this layer as alpha lock. Let's change the color. Take color number 18. We can take the selection tool and let's select here rectangle about this size over here at the top of this rectangle. Okay, let's tap here to finish this and let's take next color. Color number 19, take the selection tool, and now we can select here about this much. Let's tap here to finish, and let's blur those colors together. So let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, and let's make your blur size 42%. Let's tap here to finish this. And now we can draw here a land. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's set it as clipping mask. And let's change the color. Let's take color number 25. Let's take the selection tool. And now we can select here a rectangle at the bottom. Let's do it about this much over here. So a little bit more than 1/3 of the canvas. Okay, let's tap here to finish. And I want this top line to be blurred. I don't want this line to be so sharp. So we can just add here Gaussian blur. Let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, and let's add here blur size 3%. Let's tap here to finish. And now we can maybe draw the sun and the clouds. So for this we can make a new layer. And we'll put this layer under that land over here. And first let's draw the sun. So let's pick a color for this. Take color number 18. Let's pick a brush. We can use here this medium brush. And with the brush size 8%, we can draw here a circle shape like this. Now we want to make this shine. We can do it easily by going to the adjustments and taking bloom. Swipe your pencil on the screen to the bloom size. And then here at the bottom we can change other options. Okay, I like it like that, and my settings are like this. Bloom 72, transition 80, size 43, and burn 74. Let's tap here to finish. Now let's draw some clouds. We can make here a new layer for this. And let's pick a color. Let's take color number 20. And let's change the brush. Let's go to calligraphy and take monoline brush. Let's make the brush size here 70%. And we can draw just simple cloud shapes like this. Don't worry about drawing here anything precise, we are going to blur this. I will draw one big cloud here at the top, like this. And I will color this inside. Let's add here one more color. Let's take number 21. And we can add this here to the top part of this cloud. Like that. Let's color this inside. Again, you don't have to be here very precise. I will also add this over here to this cloud, to the top of it. Okay, so now let's blur this. Let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. Let's make here blur size 10%. And now we can smudge this a little bit. So let's take the smudge tool, let's tap on it, and we can set it here to airbrushing and soft brush. Let's make the brush size here 3%. And we can just smudge the bottom clouds a little bit, give them some more shape. And here the top cloud, let's also smudge it a little bit. Okay, for me this is good. So now let's draw here a rock that the lion will be standing on. Let's make a new layer for this. And this should be above that land layer, so over here. It is already set as clipping mask, let's keep it like this. And let's pick a color for the rock. Let's take number 22. Let's take the brush, monoline brush, and just draw here a shape of the rock like that. We can now close this shape. So even you don't see this, we have to close this. So now we can color this inside. Let's add here some texture on this rock now. So for this we are going to set this layer as alpha lock. We can change the color. Let's take color number 23. And let's change the brush. Let's go here to drawing and take this one, sticks. With the brush size 28, we can just kind of randomly add here some shapes like this. And this will create here some nice texture on it, some kind of light. So it will not be just like a one black shape here. Okay, I think that's enough for me. And now before we add here our lion, maybe let's add here still something here to the land. So let's go to the layer of it, this one. Let's make a new layer on top of this. Let's change the blending mode of this layer. So tap here and pick here add, and we can take the color. We'll take the same color as the land. So number 25. And we can change the brush. Let's go back to calligraphy and monoline brush. And just add here some lines like this. Okay. And now let's change the color. Let's take number 18 and add some lines over here. Okay. And now we're going to blur this. So let's go to the adjustments and take motion blur. Now we are going to swipe our pencil horizontally on the screen, this way. So we'll have here some nice light on this land. So my blur size is 65. We can turn down the opacity of this layer. So let's tap here and let's make it maybe 78. And we'll still smudge this. So let's take the smudge tool and just smudge it here like that a little bit. Keep your moves horizontal. Okay, now let's add here our lion. We can just paste it from a photo. So the link to the photo is attached in the description of this video, so you can download and save it to your iPad. And now let's open the photo gallery. Open that picture in the photo gallery. And you can tap with your finger on the lion like this, hold it, move it to the side. And now you have here the option of copy. So let's tap on it. Now let's go back to the Procreate, go to the Actions menu, Add, and pick here Paste. Let's tap on Allow Paste, and the lion is here. We can make him smaller. And here let's pick Flip Horizontal. And let's put him here on our rock like this. Okay, let's tap here to finish this. And now we have to change the color of him. To do it, we can just tap on this layer over here and pick here Select. Now here at the bottom we have color fill option turned on. Let's change the color. Let's take number 24. And now the lion is in this color. Let's tap here to finish this. And this illustration is finished. We can move on now to the third drawing. So let's open the layers. Let's go to our third rectangle, this one. And we'll change the color of it. So let's open the colors. And let's take color number 6. Drag and drop it in here. And again, we are going to add here some gradient. So let's set this layer as alpha lock. And let's pick a color. Take color number 7. And let's take the selection tool. And we can select here rectangle like this, about 1/3 of the canvas. Let's tap here to finish, and now let's blur those colors together. So let's go to the adjustments, take Gaussian blur, and we can make your blur size 62. Let's tap here to finish. And now let's draw here a rainbow. So for this we can make a new layer. We can set it as clipping mask. And we can change the color. Let's take color number 10. We can make the brush size now 100%. And draw here an arc like this. You can hold your pencil on screen to make this a nice arc. Okay. And now let's take next color, this orange one, number 11. And draw an arc next to the first one. You can tap here now on Edit Arc and adjust the points. Make sure there will be no space between those colors. Okay, when you finish, tap with your finger on the screen. Now let's take next color, number 12. Let's draw an arc over here. Next one, number 14. It should be 13. So just take this green one. Okay. So now let's take blue one, number 14. Okay. And next one, number 15. And the last one, number 16. Okay, now we're going to blend those colors together. So let's go to the adjustments and take Gaussian blur. Let's make your blur size 15%. Let's tap here to finish this. And now we can add here some clouds. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's change the color. Take number 8. And let's change the brush. Let's go here now to painting and take fresco. With the brush size 20%, we can just draw here cloudy shape like this. And I see I forgot to set this layer as clipping mask. I will do it in a moment. Okay. So let's tap here and set it as clipping mask. And now let's change the color. Let's take color number 9. And add some of this over here. Okay. And now we can smudge this a little bit. So let's take the smudge tool. Let's tap on it and we'll set it to the same brush. So let's go to painting and take fresco. With the brush size 10%, we can blend this and smudge this like that. Okay, now we can add some more brightness to this cloud. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's set it as clipping mask. And let's change your blending mode to add. Let's take the brush. We can make it smaller now, 12%. and just draw here a few times. So like that. Now let's take the smudge tool, so we can smudge those. Okay, and let's turn down the opacity of this layer. I will make it 52%. And now in the end, I just want to move my rainbow to the right a little bit. So I will take the layer with it, I'll take the arrow tool, and I'll just move it over here like this. Maybe I can make it just a tiny bit bigger. Okay, and this illustration is finished. So now we can just turn off that grid. We don't need to see this anymore. Let's go to the Actions menu, Canvas, and turn off Drawing Guide. And all of our free illustrations are finished now. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you can share your drawing with me on Instagram. I would love to see it. And if you'd like to draw more of me, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!